Hideo is trying to rebuild that lost momentum from that match he had against Brock Lesnar on the previous Raw episode. It was a contender versus contender match. Hideo had just gotten his chance to fight Dolph Ziggler, and would be in. This was the episode where it was established that Hideo would be in the main event for Payback, facing the winner of SmackDown's main event, Brock Lesnar, versus Dolph Ziggler for the title. So he was in a match against Brock Lesnar on Raw. Good match, physical match. Hideo giving Brock Lesnar a fight, but in the end, the Beast got the win over Hideo. So tonight, Hideo trying to prove, not just to himself, to the fans, and to Dolph Ziggler, that he still deserves to be in that main event, and he's going to try and regain some momentum and go one-on-one against Rob Van Dam, who can actually go toe-to-toe with Hideo as far as speed goes, agility is concerned. Now Hideo doing his best to make sure that Rob Van Dam stays grounded in this match, because he knows that Rob Van Dam, being a high-fly, high-risk specialist, the moment you let RVD step up and go airborne, that is where you lose the match. And Hideo, aware of that, makes sure that RVD stays grounded, where Hideo can keep the advantage on his side. And when commentary now, Dolph Ziggler talking about how he feels about Hideo being the number one contender, the man he'll be facing next with the title on the line. Dolph Ziggler is looking forward to that match. After defeating Lesnar on this past episode of SmackDown, he's got a chip on his shoulder. Again, he's got nothing against Lesnar, but personally, Dolph Ziggler feels like now that he's had a match against a superstar like Brock Lesnar, he can take on anyone, and he's more positive, he's more motivated now as a fighting champion to take on any challenger that steps up to face him, and he's looking forward to facing Hideo Itami at Payback, watching Hideo getting the win over RVD in the ring. RVD looking for the 5-star frog splash, but Hideo saw it coming, dodges out of the way. As RVD comes crashing down, Hideo would hit the ropes and hit the shotgun kick on RVD and get the win. Now Ziggler not afraid to remind Hideo that he is still the champion, and they've still got a couple of weeks to go before they clash at Payback, reminding him that he's the champion. He gives him props for defeating legend like RVD, but he's quick to remind him that he's still got a long way to go before Payback, so he shouldn't relax or get cocky now. And on SmackDown, the coming episode, the champion, Dolph Ziggler, will be in action. Hideo will be joining commentary there, as Dolph Ziggler will be in action on SmackDown. That's a match you guys should look forward to. But remember, the main event for that SmackDown match, a street fight for the Intercontinental Championship. The champion, the Viper, Randy Orton, finally getting a chance to go one-on-one again since Extreme Rules against Cody Rhodes. That's our main event for the upcoming episode of SmackDown. So you've got two big matches to look forward to there. Dolph Ziggler will be in action, and that main event, street fight for the Intercontinental Championship, champion Orton versus Cody Rhodes, rematch from their match at Extreme Rules. And now we prepare for our main event for the evening, The Rock versus Ric Flair. Backstage, the special guest referee, Stone Cold Steve Austin, is making his way to the ring. He's suited up, he's in gear, he's got everything in check, ready to call it right down the middle, only to be blindsided from nowhere by the All-American Jack Swagger, who has shown up backstage attacking Stone Cold Steve Austin, and he's unable to defend himself. He didn't see it coming, and Jack Swagger completely dominates over Stone Cold Steve Austin knocks him out, and Zeb Colter pops up. He's got some ref gear ready for Jack Swagger, and Jack Swagger puts that on, and he's ready now and makes his way to the arena, and it is time for our main event, The Rock versus Ric Flair. The Rock has to defeat Ric Flair to get his match against Triple H at Payback. It doesn't take very long for everyone to realize that something has happened to the special guest referee. It's a couple of minutes since The Rock and Ric Flair came to the ring. Now all that's left is for the ref to show up. Austin, nowhere to be seen, and that's when Jack Swagger pops up in ref gear. Everyone is shocked and surprised. But where's Austin? And that's when it clicks now that Jack Swagger must have gotten involved, and that is the reason why Steve Austin is not here to officiate this match. But Jack Swagger, he's coming in, he's ready, he's the ref now, and without wasting any more time, he calls for the bell. Regardless of how The Rock or Ric Flair feel, he's the ref now. He calls for the bell, and the match kicks off. The Rock, of course, despite that his friend Steve Austin is not part of this match, Ric Flair just as confused as The Rock. They focus on the match and they get to it. And these guys are veterans. They've been in the ring together. This isn't the first time, and it's been a while since they faced each other, but that doesn't matter. There's no ring rust between them. It's back and forth, physical contest, slowed down pace-wise between these two guys, regardless of Jack Swagger being the ref. Perhaps he's going to call this match right down the middle, regardless of having taken out Steve Austin just before coming to the ring. The only man with pressure in this match, the only man with something to lose in this match is The Rock, trying to keep Ric Flair grounded, trying to keep momentum and advantage on his side. But the Nature Boy, he knows how desperate The Rock could get in this match. He wants to go on to Payback to face Triple H, and this is where Ric Flair gets the advantage over The Rock, and he pulls out all the stops, every dirty trick in the book that he can think of. He brings it into this match, and funny enough, Jack Swagger, he's not paying any attention to it. He's not bothered about what Ric Flair is doing to The Rock. Moves that would probably get him disqualified by now if someone else was officiating in this match. And it reaches a point where The Rock, he's finally had it. He snaps and he confronts Jack Swagger about his officiating, and he asks him, demands to know what has happened to Steve Austin. But Jack Swagger is not going to give The Rock that satisfaction and respond, and this gives enough time to Ric Flair to catch The Rock off guard with a low blow from behind, and Jack Swagger acts now, dropping The Rock with that gut-wrench powerbomb. And this is where Ric Flair realizes now what's going on here. Ric Flair taking the advantage, going for that pin over The Rock. Quick pin for a count from Jack Swagger. Ric Flair gets the win over The Rock, thanks to the ref Jack Swagger. And this is where Triple H and HBK, they show up to congratulate their DX teammates. Ric Flair, Triple H getting the mic to address The Rock,